Do you have a question for me about art, collage art journals, journaling, anything that I do here on the channel? If you have a question or you want to know more, leave it in the comments. A Q&A video is coming soon. Hello YouTube, welcome to another video here on my channel. We are going to be making a tracker spread in my journal today. This is the journal that I have been using on an everyday basis. I use it partially as a planner, partially as an everyday journal, a calendar, to-do list. It's become kind of like my all-purpose journal that I use every single day, and I love it. This notebook itself is actually from Michaels, believe it or not. Really nice quality dot grid with numbered pages. I'll link it in the description. I actually just got my second one, so I have one ready to go when this one's finished. I've really been liking it. So as you can see, I have those little tabs. Those are just marking the monthly calendars that I have on each page because they're kind of like spread out, and that just makes them really easy to access. I'm using Sharpie S-Note highlighter markers. They're just kind of what I have right now. I'll be honest, I like them. I don't love them, but I like them. I think if I had to pick a dual tip highlighter / marker, it's gonna be the Zebra mild liners. Those are just better and they have more color selection, but I do like these and I use them a lot for school. I use them for, note taking and stuff like that. And I've been using them a ton in this journal. So they'll do the job, and they are, not too expensive. So if you see them, they are good. I will say this paper in this notebook, when you highlight on it, if you go over it too many times, it can kind of, like pill up a little bit. So it's a good notebook that I really like, but the paper is not like Archer and Olive paper. It's definitely on the thinner side. Like, I'm using a straight up Sharpie here, which is questionable, but I made it work. It will leak through though. I don't know if I taped something on the other side and that's why I used it, but the Sharpie does leak through. So I just did a really simple header that says trackers, and now I'm going in with a Zebra Sarasa 0.5, which is my favorite pen, and just drawing some little details on the letters. This is really simple. I think I've shown some of my journaling here on the channel before, and what I always try to emphasize is it can be simple and functional. I know when I watch people set up their trackers or their planners and their journals and bullet journaling, it's a level of artistry that I can't really access. So I just have to kind of make what works for me. And I hope that that's encouraging to see that it doesn't have to be super fancy and perfect. But I'm just doing a really simple header, and I've been playing a lot with lettering lately, trying to kind of expand what I'm capable of with letters and play with different styles. This just adding those extra little lines on the ends kind of gives it a nice touch. So I like how that turned out. And now we're going to do our trackers. So I usually do for about a week. I think I ended up doing 8 days here actually for whatever reason, but usually I do about 7. But the first thing I track is steps. I actually have been filling out this tracker this week, and I don't know where my Fitbit is right now, so I actually haven't been tracking my steps. So I'm using it more just to track movement, but I have used one like this to track my steps before, and I do like it. It's just a nice way to keep yourself honest about how many steps you're getting every day. But it is kind of funny if you look at this tracker now, because it says I literally just wrote I didn't track my steps today, in a column. But anyway, so I'm just doing the number of steps on the, math. Is that the X or the Y? The vertical axis. And then I'm doing in the thousands from 3 or 4 all the way up to 10. And 10 is the goal, but I'm not really strict about my steps. I think I probably need to be a little bit stricter just because I work an office job, so I am sitting a lot during the day, and it would be good to walk a little bit more. So I am going to keep putting a step tracker in. And then here on the bottom, I'm just doing the days of the week. And I think this is how I ended up doing 8 days on this page, because I just had too many lines on the horizontal axis. So I'm going from Sunday through Sunday. And then usually what I do is like put an X and write the number of steps that I got for the day, and then highlight a line from the day of the week up to where the steps are. So you can kind of see it like a bar graph. That's what I personally like to do. It's a good visual for me. I might play around with that in the future once I actually find my Fitbit and start using it again. But it's nice. And I think tracking movement is always good, just to keep it like at the forefront of your mind. Obviously, if you're working out or doing fancy stuff that I am not doing, then you could, track in different ways. This is just a really basic, like simple get up and move. So that's the step tracker, and I like it. I think it's cute, and I'm not using it correctly right now. So that's fine. The next thing I'm tracking is just the days that I journal. I've been trying to write in this journal every day. I went a really long time without journaling every day, and I've really loved being back to it now. So this is just a really simple like circle, and then if I journal that day, I color it in. I'm not even writing the days of the week on them. It's just the number of times. And since it's 8 days, there's 8 circles, so it's kind of self-explanatory. But so it's kind of nice when you do journal to fill in the circle. Very satisfying. That's all true, what they say about like gamifying your routine. It is very, very nice. And then the only other thing I'm doing for this tracker is just a 1-line summary of the day. That's a new thing I've been trying, because even though I am journaling more extensively every day, I like to just put a 1-line summary. And I specifically like to focus on how I'm feeling, either mentally or health-wise, just like what kind of, to quote The West Wing, what kind of day has it been? Like just generally what I'm feeling that day, if there was anything like specifically notable, just to keep things at a glance. I think that's really good, especially if you're tracking like your mood or those types of like things that you could just really quickly write instead of having to read your whole day breakdown. So really simple 1-line entries, and doing the highlighters really close to each other makes it so it's keeping me honest to just write one sentence. And yeah, this has been something that I really like. And it also is just a good way to like be able to look back and be like, oh, I was really, really anxious this day. I wonder why. What time of the month was it? Oh, wow, I'm really anxious every time of the month right around then. That's interesting. I wonder if there's a way I can combat that. So it's a little easier than reading the whole entry back. So I have one for each of the 8 days. And then usually I like to track a few other habits like cleaning or doing something self-care related, basically, is what I've been trying to track the most. And when I say self-care, I mean a variety of things. So it could be throwing out the garbage from my car. It could be doing something at work that I know I've been putting off and it's been stressing me out. It could be a load of laundry, taking a shower, washing my hair and drying my hair, something nice, doing a face mask, just anything that is good for me. I try to track it. So this little tracker here. I like how I did this, but I'm going to do it differently next time, because right now I'm simply just coloring in the square when I do something that I consider self-care. So it's just kind of a colored in square trying to color in the entire row. But I think next time when I do this tracker, because I definitely want to do it again, the next time that I'll do it, I'm going to make it so that I can write down what the thing was, because I think that would help like with ideas for the future, but it's literally just, it's a self-care tasks. So if I did a load of laundry, I colored in a square. If I cleaned up my closet, I colored in a square. Just anything, but it's a really nice way to remind myself like, oh, I have to do something nice today. So this is the tracker page. It's really simple. I've been trying to make one of these every week, and it keeps me honest, it keeps me organized, and it just like feels good in my Virgo brain. I really like how this turned out. I'm going to go back and show you a few other tracker pages that I've filled out. So here's one. As you can see, this tracker page is filled out. This artist I will link in the description from that page on the left. So I filled out the bubbles pretty much per day. If I completed the task, the gray bubbles mean that I didn't complete them. And I have the 1-sentence recaps on the bottom, which I really like. And then I have this one as well. I filled in the days of the week when I completed the task, and the gray letters mean that I didn't fully complete it. And there's the 1-sentence mood recap, and I did this little cute scrapbook page in here as well, which I don't think I've shown here on the channel yet, but I've been trying to incorporate those into this journal too. It's just, I've never found a tracker like this that I keep up with, so I'm going to keep going with it because it's really been working for me. I hope this inspires you maybe to try something similar, and have a great day. Bye!